We've got some new footage released to convince us all or remind us all that the Paris attack was a genuine event, not a Gladio B style psyop hoax. And we've just had the Brussels hoax, so they've got to keep us on our toes and give us something to keep us all afraid and worshipping the political class as our gods and protectors. Keep in mind that this guy was blasted to smithereens according to the Daily Mail, which is of course a reputable paper that always tells the truth. Now, this is pretty bad. Obviously, there's a content warning here, but if you get upset by not blood, because there is no blood, but if you get upset by feathers, lots of flying feathers, you may find this video disturbing. That's all we get. Maybe a second. Now, the guy blows himself up, and the Daily Mail tells us here the terrorist pictured centre is dropped off by a car and walks towards an empty table before lowering his head, covering his head with his left hand, and then detonating his suicide belt. Blown to smithereens, there was so little left of Abdulsam's body that forensic officers had to rely on a tiny portion of fingerprint to identify him. Okay, have you got that? Because that's quite important. He was blown to smithereens, so all that was left was a tiny little bit of his finger, so they could identify him from his fingerprint. Yeah, this is the guy that exploded in feathers. No blood, feathers. And none of the glasses next to him moved. Quite remarkable. This guy's still got his baseball cap on. He's about 2 feet away. Note here, there's a stool. So he's got a stool behind him here. This guy here, black guy with his missus, he's got a cap on back to front with a badge here. You'll see when he explodes about 2 feet in front of him, and this guy seems to still have his cap on. Now, even on a windy day, your cap's going to blow off. Bomb's just gone off behind you. A bomb that disintegrated him. Why would you blow yourself up here anyway? I mean, this is, if you're going to end your life and try and take as many with you as possible. You know, we've all been in cafes and restaurants and pubs which have been packed with people. You know, shoulder to shoulder almost. I mean, this is a really poor example. There's not even anyone sitting here. He's got some black guy with a cap on here. Not the sort of person really that you want to be taking. You know, again, why don't these people attack the political class? This is nonsense. Okay, this guy is walking into a cafe to blow up some black guy with a cap on. He didn't even die. No one else died. They all had minor injuries. Yet this guy was disintegrated. Okay, the glass wasn't shattered here. There wasn't any blood splattered here. This stool didn't even move. The chair's about 2 feet this way didn't move. The glass on the table doesn't appear to move. But this glass on the table hasn't moved. The ashtrays haven't moved, and the chair, which is actually tilted towards him at an angle, doesn't even go back a couple of inches. Doesn't even move a few inches like it would on a breezy day with a bit of a gust of wind. Same with this chair here. So he's just blew up into a cloud of feathers. But that stool that was directly behind him, no, that didn't move. That wasn't blasted away. Ashtray there, no, still on the table. Ashtray here, still on the table. However, none of the ashtrays moved or anything. The people weren't covered in blood, but a whole load of feathers went flying into the air, as we can see here. So the guy just blew up into feathers, and considering he's just blew up and disintegrated, remember, no blood splattered on the windows, no blood splattered over here. This guy still looks like he's got his cap on. Now, wouldn't your cap come off on a wouldn't your cap come off on a windy day? Never mind if a bloke's disintegrated 2 feet away in front of you. Again, absolutely no blood whatsoever. No one covered in blood. No blood splattered on the windows. Just some sort of comedy pigeon type explosion, and that's it. That's enough to fool the masses into supporting violent overseas foreign wars, etc. The MSM have completely screwed this up. It's just a complete farce. 21st of November 2015. I mean, if they forgot this, here it is. Video shows the incredible moment Paris nurse fought to resuscitate injured man on cafe floor before realising he was the suicide bomber. David, 46, works at a Paris hospital and rushed to help after cafe attack. He found suicide bomber Brahim Abdullasum unconscious but not badly injured in the Comptoir Voltaire Cafe. So, you know, they just pouring out the propaganda. They're forgetting the nonsense that they've already come out with is completely contradicting the stuff that they're now coming out with. So here it is. Two completely different versions of events. Obviously, we're told nobody died in that cafe. Everyone had minor injuries. But in this clip, we see someone dead, being resuscitated, and we're told it's the suicide bomber that we are told today was disintegrated in the cafe. Blown to smithereens. There was so little left of Abdulsum's body that forensic officers had to rely on a tiny portion of finger print to identify him. Okay, that's today, and he blows up in a load of feathers. But on the 21st of November, obviously they've completely forgot and busted themselves. On the 21st of November, he's dead, being resuscitated. Apparently, the article says, strangely enough, that the nurse found him not badly injured. Well, that seems pretty badly injured to me. He's having CPR, according to this. Nurse, here, look. Right, I mean, obviously they're pumping some rubber dummy, but they've really busted themselves now. I mean, how are they going to get out of this? I mean, are they doing it on purpose, just to give us a laugh? So there we go. So I'll put the links below so you can have a laugh at it yourself. The story goes, Daily Mail, just quick summary. There was the suicide bomber went into the Comptoir Voltaire Cafe, which is this cafe here, but instead of disintegrating, blown to smithereens, there was so little left of Abelson's body that forensic officers had to rely on tiny bits of his finger to identify him. The previous story is he was not badly injured. It says yeah. Just look at this nonsense. He found suicide bomber Brahim Abdulsum unconscious but not badly injured in the Compton Voltaire Cafe. Okay, not badly injured. Yeah. At the same time, he fought to resuscitate him. I mean, Okay, so here he is fighting to resuscitate him, and so we've got two completely contradictory accounts. The whole thing is completely ridiculous, and you know, they've busted themselves, completely busted themselves. So absolutely 100% confirmed that the Paris attack was a complete and utter hoax, and the MSM have got themselves completely messed up with their own propaganda. They don't know where they're at.
Change your heart, it will astound you. I need your loving, like the sunshine. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime.